Today's video is brought to you by Beautiful Halo, and you can get some good quality anime merch for really good prices, and also you can get a discount with the code MEME on your next $49 plus order. You can get 5% off with the code MEME, MEME, and on your next $99 plus order you can get 10% off with the code MEME, MEME, link in the description. Welcome back, guys. This is what this is what oh my days. Anywho, I'm feeling in a good mood. I'm kind of gassed for some reason, especially because 2 more days and I have 2 weeks holiday, and I will be starting a new channel. Of course, that's mostly gonna be what ifs, not games or anything, because I want to keep doing my what ifs, my Dragon Ball what ifs, and they don't really do too well on this channel, so I just want to start a new one. If you want to go subscribe, if you like Dragon Ball, you can go subscribe. Whenever I make it, I'll make a live stream or something. But anyways, now this is what if Naruto was wait, what if Naruto had an older sibling, and we will begin this what if by Naruto, of course, being born. But here he had a 4-year-old sister. But of course, when Naruto was born, Minato actually decided not to, burden his, his daughter, and actually, since they were both going to die here, he didn't want to burden her even further by making her have Nine Tails too. So he halved the Nine Tails, one inside of him, one inside of Naruto, and he told Naruko to take care of Naruto, and to always be there for him whenever he needs, and in the future to train him just like he did to her. And Naruko nods, saying goodbye, and in the end they say their goodbyes to Naruto. Naruto starts crying and they die, and in the end Naruko has Naruto in her arms, and it's sad. Of course, Naruko had her parents for 4 years, but she's even more depressed because Naruto her little brother won't ever be able to meet their parents, since they're gone. But anyways, of course, after all of this, Naruto and Naruko actually start they actually, anyways, of course, after this, Naruto was growing up with Naruko. Of course, when Naruto was actually 4 and Naruko was 8, she had to start the academy, and the villagers hated Naruto more than Naruko. They never hated Naruko. Of course, Naruko was a kind girl, and the only reason she was taking care of Naruto was because the Hokage asked her to, and Naruko is actually a prodigy, unlike Naruto here. But anyways, of course, now as Naruto grew up, he was hated by the villagers. Of course, Naruto knew about Naruko being her sister, his sister, not her sister. But anyway, of course, Naruko hasn't told Naruto who their parents are as of right now, because Naruko says that Naruto is not old enough to know. Once he's older, he will definitely be told about it. But anyways, of course, now Naruto, who was actually alone at the age of 4, Naruko was at school. He actually began taking scrolls from Naruko. Of course, Naruko had some scrolls, and he started using them and playing around with them. But in the end, he Naruko shouted at him, and Naruto actually asked what these are for. And now, of course, Naruko explains to Naruto that these scrolls are important, left by their parents, and the scrolls that Naruto one day will have to use himself to learn jutsus from. And Naruto is excited, and of course says that he wants to learn them now. And Naruto's pretty surprised at this, because Naruto's just a 4-year-old. She actually started learning them because she wasn't really forced to. She got asked, but Naruko wants to be like her father, strong and reliable for the future generations and everything. But anyways, of course, Naruto and Naruko actually begin their training together, and Naruko actually finds training with Naruto really fun, and actually learns a bit from Naruto, even though Naruto needs a lot more training than Naruko does, since Naruto has absolutely no taijutsu ability whatsoever, and he's actually still trying to just get used to, the training regimen, since they train a lot, during these days. And Naruko and Naruto have been training together for 2 years now, and Naruto is now 6. And over this time, he actually learned how to, use the body flicker, and he has pretty good taijutsu. While Naruko is now 10, and she doesn't really need anyone to train her anymore. She already graduated from the academy, because remember, she's a prodigy and everything, and so she actually knows the things that Naruto. Naruto is still trying to learn, like the clone jutsu, but of course, once Naruko actually realizes that Naruto doesn't have the ability to learn the clone jutsu, actually decides to teach him the shadow clone jutsu. And and anyways, of course, Naruko, who started doing missions while Naruto is still barely doing anything other than just training in his taijutsu, because Naruko wants Naruto's taijutsu to be top tier, on levels that no one has ever achieved at his age. And she wants the best for Naruto, so she's more like a strict mother to Naruto than more like a sister. But of course, they do have fights and everything whenever they don't agree with something. But anyways, of course, that doesn't matter. Now Naruko is 12, and she's actually beginning, her ninja life, while Naruto is now 8. And he actually finished his taijutsu training, and Naruko is already a Chunin by this age, and she was about to, hit the Jonin ranks. And she has the body flicker, she has the flying Raijin, the Rasengan, and a few other techniques that I'm not going to name right now, because they're not needed to be mentioned. But she is pretty strong, stronger than many of the Chunins, especially because she's about to become a Jonin. And she is a really good I was about to say healer, but she's a really good taijutsu user. And of course, her and Kakashi actually do hang out a lot. And Kakashi actually taught Naruko, since she has the affinity for lightning release, and that's something that Kakashi is an expert at. And so he's been teaching Naruko lightning release, and she has such good chakra control that she was able to learn the Chidori on her own. Well, not on her own, but of course Kakashi helped her out. But she was so good at chakra control that she didn't need a she didn't need the. Anyways, of course, now Naruto, who was actually enrolling into the academy, he has pretty much no friends. Of course, he actually did make friends with Hinata. Well, not make friends, but save her from those bullies, just like in the original. So Hinata still has a crush on him. Yes, this is a Hinata ship, because I can't be asked making a new character, which will just complicate this whole entire story. So yeah, sorry guys. But anyways, of course, now Naruto and Naruto and anyways, after this, Naruto spends the next 4 years training on his own, since Naruko really has no time for this. And Naruko is now 16, and she became a Jonin a long time ago. And Naruto is finally becoming a Genin. Remember, Naruto is one of the strongest people here, and so he finally became a Genin. And here Iruka was still Naruto's like the only person that actually liked Naruto out of the people in the village. And of course the Hokage, don't forget to mention the Hokage. Anywho, of course, Naruko, who has been doing missions for a while, she actually joins the Anbu. Yes, she's been asked to join the Anbu. Of course, Naruko doesn't want to do this, but the Hokage said that it would be good for her, even though Kakashi couldn't really say anything to this, because he was actually becoming a Jonin team leader, so he couldn't really look after Naruko anymore. And Naruko's 16 now, so she's more than capable enough to actually start taking care of herself. And so Naruto actually Naruto, who actually becomes a Genin, gets put into Team 7 just like in the original. And after all of this, he actually oh well, of course the Mizuki thing still happened just like in the original. And here Iruka was able to save the kid, and Naruto didn't really get involved in any of the shenanigans that happened. But anyways, of course, after all of this, Naruto and you know Naruto actually joined Team 7. Well, not he didn't join Team 7, he was put in Team 7, and actually continued his ninja life as a shinobi. And of course, Kakashi came in late as per normal, and took them to the roof, asked them their dreams. Naruto then says that he wants to become the Hokage. All the dreams are pretty much exactly the same, other than Naruto's. Naruto says that he wants to become Hokage, and he wants to let her sister live in peace, because his sister took care of him for all this time. And here Naruto is a lot more serious, because of how Naruko actually brought up Naruto, since Naruko is like Naruto's mother, basically. But of course, he's actually she's more like his sister. She is his sister. But anyways, now anyways, of course, the next day Naruto actually asks, on the day Naruto asks Naruko what the belt, what test does Kakashi do, because Naruto knows that Naruko actually had Kakashi as her own sensei, not as a Jonin team leader, but more, she had him as just a trainer more. But anyways, of course, after all of this, Naruto actually, now actually went off to do the belt test in the end. And after a while, Naruto was waiting for Kakashi. And anyways, of course, to begin the belt test with Naruto, Naruto actually begins this by actually anyways, Naruto begins the fight by actually creating a few clones and using a few multiple water shockwaves, which surrounded Kakashi. And after this, Kakashi was completely baffled on how Naruto knew this jutsu. Of course, he not really too baffled, but of course he was kind of confused on how Naruto would be able to use so many of them at the same time, since he needs a lot of chakra control. And it is a pretty high ranking jutsu. But anyways, after this Naruto and Naruto Naruto and sorry Naruto and Sasuke actually came out. And Naruto actually already went to Sasuke to tell him, he body flickered towards him and told him that they need to work together to beat Kakashi. Kakashi is too strong. And in the end, Naruto and Sasuke does a fireball jutsu. Naruto uses lightning release to actually create a lightning shockwave in the water, which actually electrocutes Kakashi. And in the end, Kakashi gets hit by the fireball, but in the end he actually turns into a log of wood, which confuses confuses Sasuke. But Naruto tells Sasuke to go in the woods again, and so they separate while Naruto actually blitzes Kakashi. Of course, Kakashi got blitzed, but he was able to stand back up and literally go off on Naruto. And they begin a taijutsu battle, which Kakashi had the upper hand in, but of course Naruto wasn't going to allow Kakashi to win that easily. And Naruto and Kakashi kept fighting for a while. And Sasuke found an opening, and so he actually used the fireball jutsu, and used the fireball jutsu on Kakashi, which Kakashi had to dodge. And Naruto took this opportunity to actually kick him right in the chest, and then using actually creating or about to create a Rasengan, but then realized that if he shows this technique, he might demoralize his teammates, because he's so strong and they're so weak compared to him. He doesn't want to say that they're weak, but what I mean. But anyways, of course, then Sakura comes in out of nowhere and just snatches the two bells off of Kakashi. And after this, Naruto, and she actually throws one to Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto actually made a clone to actually go and tell Sakura to actually sneak up behind Kakashi and take the bells off of him while he's not paying attention. And anyways, after this, Naruto and Team 7 have passed. And now after all of their hard work, Kakashi actually decides to take them out for ramen, and Naruto was ecstatic. He was like, yes, finally some good food. And since he can't really eat ramen as much as he would like to, because of his sister not allowing it. But anyways, of course, now after this, after a day, they actually begin their 1 month training to actually well, not 1 month training, 1 month of you know missions, which are pretty helpful for Team 7, especially because they get to learn quite a bit off of this. And now after this, Naruto, who was doing D-ranked missions for the past month, he was getting pretty bored of it. But during this month, of course, Sakura, Sasuke, Naruto, and Kakashi actually got to bond with each other. Naruto wanted to make friends with Sakura, since here, just like in the original, he kind of has a crush on her. Even though Sakura doesn't hate Naruto, Naruto hasn't told her about this crush, but still, she has a crush on Sasuke. So yeah. Anyways, now Naruto and Team 7 have been training. Yes, they've actually been training for the past 2 weeks. Yes, during this 1 month training, they trained for 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, because Naruto actually realizes that his team actually lacking a few skills. For example, body flicker, which is a jutsu that, in Naruto's opinion, should be known by every shinobi in the world, especially because it's a really underrated jutsu. It's a jutsu that can be really useful in missions. And anyways, after this, Naruto and Team 7 began training in well, of course, for the last 2 weeks of their 1 month of D-rank missions. Of course, they don't know that it's only going to be for a month that they do D-rank missions, but now they continue these training sessions, and Team 7 learns quite a bit, especially Sakura and Sasuke. They both learn how to use the body flicker and the tree walking. Of course, they don't know body walking, what, water walking yet, but that doesn't really matter. Anywho, after this, Naruto and Team 7, 2 weeks later, they actually get bored of D-ranked missions, and so they want to begin C-ranked missions, higher ranked missions, that's for sure. And so the Hokage actually decides to allow it, since he knows that Naruto was trained by Naruko, one of the strongest ninjas in the village right now, and of course part of the Anbu right as of right now. And Naruto has been trained by Kakashi himself, well, from what he's heard, and plus Naruto is just strong as he is. But anyways, after all of this, now Team 7, of course, were were given the C-rank mission of escorting Tarzana. Tarzana then walks in and actually doesn't make fun of anyone, because they all look pretty fierce and strong, especially Naruto. Out of all of them, Naruto doesn't have anything, but of course he looked pretty normal. But of course Tarzana could tell Naruto's strong, especially by the look that Naruto gave him in the eyes, and literally Naruto just seemed to be strong, and the presence of Naruto could be felt by everyone in the room. And anyways, after this, Naruto and Team 7 actually were about to go home, until Kakashi told them that to get a good night rest, because this mission is going to be one of the hardest missions they're ever going to do. And Team 7 are like, all right, we'll make sure to get a good night's rest. And then Naruto goes home. We find Naruko not being home again because of her Anbu work, and Naruto realized that Naruto always gets angrier and angrier at Danzo for not allowing his sister to come home and rest. But anyways, of course, this just boosts Naruto's will and want to Naruto's desire to become stronger, to actually allow his sister to have a a peaceful life. His sister always used to tell him that Naruko always used to tell him that her dream was to actually live a peaceful life, have kids and everything, and have a reliable husband and everything. But anyway, of course, now Naruto, who was actually training on his own now, training on in the in using his the ability that was written in the scroll, well, the jutsu that was written in the scroll, and this jutsu was the flying Raijin. But Naruto has, even over these few years which he's been training with Naruto, he's gone nowhere. And even Naruto was kind of surprised on how Naruto wasn't able to master this technique. And whenever he uses it, his chakra control for some reason goes really bad. And that's because the Nine Tails has no mercy on Naruto whenever he tries to learn this jutsu, especially because this jutsu was one of the jutsus that literally got him sealed away. Because of this jutsu, Kurama was taken away to a different side of the village to get sealed away by Minato, which pisses him off. And anyways, of course, now Naruto and Naruko were kind of confused, but in the end they just gave up, and Naruto hasn't trained in it for a while. But once Naruto actually joined the Anbu, Naruto from since then has always been trying to master this technique, because of how much he would want, especially because it was a technique given by the fourth Hokage to Naruto. And Naruto wants to learn a jutsu that the fourth Hokage himself gave to them, or gave to her. And Naruto just said that the fourth Hokage saw that there was a lot of potential in her, and that's why he actually decided to give it to Naruto. And so that was Naruto's excuse. But anyways, now Naruto, the next morning, he actually woke up late. Instead of 7 a.m., he woke up at 9. He went quickly, ran as fast as he could, and in the end, Team 7 still got pretty pissed off at Naruto, because he came 2 hours and a half late. It took him half an hour to get ready and everything. But anyways, of course, Naruto apologized by saying that he slept late, and they're like, Kakashi Sensei told you to get a good night's rest, and this is what you do, come late for not sleeping enough. And Naruto apologizes, and says that he's sorry, he won't do it next time. And Sasuke says that this could have been it. There would have never been a next time if the Hokage, or we got a bad review or something. And Naruto says he knows and he's sorry. But anyways, of course, now after this, Naruto, who well, Naruto and Team 7, who left for the land of waves, they actually, well, of course, Naruto actually noticed the puddle. And Naruto and Team 7 have been training together for the past 2 weeks, and it hasn't been raining at all. And so they realized that this must be some kind of substitution. And so as soon as the two demon brothers actually appeared, Naruto and Team 7 were ready. And well, Sakura and Sasuke actually taking the lead, using the body flicker, both of them using the body flicker together, being pretty OP and everything. They were able to blitz the two, and after blitzing the two, well, Naruto actually came in to actually tie them up with a thin wire, which then he actually added lightning release to it, so they cannot resist anymore. And after this, Naruto actually asked them, instead of Kakashi and Naruto, instead of Kakashi, Naruto, what? Instead of Kakashi, it was Naruto this time. And Naruto asked why they were here, who they were after, and who sent them. And the two demon brothers replied by saying that they're after Tazna, the bridge builder, and and Gato sent them. And Naruto asks Tazuna if he knows this Gato guy. And Tazuna says that Gato is the person that he's scared of. That's why he asked the ninjas to help him. And Kakashi says still, but you shouldn't have lied to us by saying this is a C-rank mission. And Kakashi was kind of lecturing him, and shouting at him, telling him off. But anyways, of course, now Tazuna does tell them that he didn't have enough money for it, and he couldn't afford it, especially because he needs to build a bridge for his village. And that is one of the reasons why he didn't tell them the truth. But of course, Team 7 tells him that even if he didn't have enough money, the Leaf Village would have helped, since it's just how they work. They wouldn't leave people in need of help alone. And anyway, plus the Hokage is there, and plus Kakashi would have gladly took the mission, even if he got underpaid. He doesn't really mind the pay as long as he can help people out. You remember, it's Kakashi, he's like that. But anyways, of course, Team 7 then was about to go home. Kakashi told them that they'll be going home, and they'll a different team will be taking this mission on, and a higher ranking team. But in the end, Team 7 said that if we take this team, if we take this mission, it will be better for our status and our our name, not only as Team 7 but as the Leaf Village get a genin team being able to genin team after what am I talking about? A team of genins who just became genin a month ago, able to take a B rank mission on their own with one joining team leader. It'll be pretty good for the name of the Leaf Village, and it would show other villagers how strong the Leaf Village truly is. And anywho, of course, now Team 7, Kakashi actually thought of this, and plus he knew that Naruto was more like he's literally a Chunin rank shinobi, so he should be able to take a mission like this on. And anywho, after this, Team 7 continues the mission, and they still get surrounded by a thick fog, or the fog that Zabuza uses to do his bidding, or his killing, a better way to say it. But anyways, of course, Team 7 was confused. Even Naruto, even though he's a sensory type ninja, once he actually saw the sword coming at them, everyone ducked down other than Naruto. Naruto actually used a wind technique, technique. He called it the wind barrier, barrier. And this wind barrier actually protected him and Team 7 from, and 1000 of course, from the sword. It was a bit like the rotation, but the sword actually bounced off the barrier, and and Team 7 were able to escape death pretty much. I'm joking, but anyways, of course, Naruto, Team 7 was like, hey Naruto, what kind of technique that is that? And Naruto says that there's no point of thinking about the technique, look at what's happening. And Naruto, Team 7 actually realized that there is a guy on the sword, and he looks pretty dangerous. And Kakashi says not to engage at any cost. And Team 7 are like, why? And Naruto then says he's one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, do not engage, he's a dangerous man, he's a dangerous shinobi. And Team 7 understands and actually says alright. And Sakura and Sasuke, Naruto knows not to engage at all unless it's a dire situation where Kakashi literally needs it or he dies. Naruto is more than willing enough to actually go off on Zabuza. But anyways, of course, after all of this, Team 7 of course watches the fight that was going down against Zabuza and Kakashi, and Naruto could see that Kakashi was going pretty hard, especially because of him actually getting the Sharingan out. And Naruto realizes how. Anyway, of course, Naruto sees that Kakashi is actually really strong, because he's never really seen him fight properly, and now he's actually using his full power. And in the end, Kakashi slips, which Naruto sees this coming, and so he uses a body flicker to actually come in with his kunai and literally look at Zabuza, and uses wind barrier to actually blow Zabuza back. And basically Naruto's like, are you okay, Kakashi sensei? And Kakashi's like, thank you Naruto, I'll take the rest, I'll take care of the rest. And basically the fight keeps going until Zabuza actually gets saved by Haku. And after this, Naruto and Team 7 actually go and find go to Tazuna's place, and stay there for a while until for a full week, where Team 7 actually learns how to water walk. Naruto already knew this, so he doesn't train with them, while Sasuke actually begins his training with the Chidori, and Naruto actually trains with Sakura for the next 4 days, until the last one where he trains on his own. And in the end, he was so tired that he actually fainted. And after that, Naruto meets Haku, and then the next day he wakes up late to actually go, and then he has to run, go fast as hell to the to actually and find his team. Of course, he saves Inarina's mother before this, and now Naruto joins the fight, and in the end, Naruto actually helps out Sasuke against Haku, and Sasuke still tries to protect Naruto, but here Naruto was able to use his wind barrier, and so Naruto actually tells them that he's going to use his full power, so get ready for it. And basically, the ground starts shaking, and Naruto says earth style, earth earthquake, and literally, it doesn't do too much damage to Haku since the ice mirrors are floating, but then Naruto actually uses this as an opportunity to jump up and tell Sasuke to actually dodge, and literally Naruto throws 11 kunais or 12 kunais to each in front of each of the Asmers, and something that Naruto has been training in is the not body flicker, but the flying Raijin, and he's actually started to get a bit into it, and into the jutsu, and he creates 12 clones which actually go in front of actually teleport to it, but Naruto is literally out of chakra, like 0 chakra left. Of course he has a bit left, or but he's exhausted, and Naruto was able to Rasengan each one of them. Of course he doesn't use an actual Rasengan, but he uses a rotation in his hand, or he doesn't use containment, and so they all explode just to destroy the Asmers, and in the end Haku gets hit, and they hear the sounds of 1,000 birds, and Haku goes off to actually save Zabuza, and he suffers the same fate, and Naruto asks why, and so Haku tells them that Zabuza is his precious one and everything, and Naruto says, God damn it, Naruto has a precious one himself, and he'd do anything for Naruko, and so Naruko's image pops up in Naruto's mind, and as soon as Zabuza starts bad-mouthing Haku after his death, Naruto goes into a rage state and tells him to shut up. Haku did everything for him, and Gato's men actually appear, and plus Gato, and Zabuza takes care of them, and that's pretty much it. And of course, after this, the Team 7 returns to Team 7 Team 7 returns to the Leaf Village. And of course Kakashi here wastes no time and tells his teammates tells his team about the Chunin exams, and of course Team 7 actually begins the training, or 2 weeks training to actually get ready for the Chunin exams and everything. Anywho, during this time Naruto actually studies a lot more because he was really bad at studies. He wasn't the best, but anyways, of course Naruko and actually went home for once and actually wished Naruto good luck, and Naruto was actually crying or hugging her, saying that he missed her and everything, and mostly because of what happened to Haku. Naruto finally understood the meaning of having a precious one, and Naruto actually now realizes how hard it would be to actually lose Naruko or someone precious to him, like his teammates. Anywho, now of course Naruto and Naruko have a warm moment, but after this Naruko has to leave again, and she returns to the Anbi while Naruto continues her training. But anywho, now of course Naruto and Team 7 meet up the next within 2 weeks, and they actually get enter the Chunin exams, and yeah, the Chunin exams begin as per normal with the genjutsu which Sakura is able to get rid of, and now after this Naruto and Team 7, Team 7 actually goes to their respective rooms, the room 1, room 2, room 3, and now after this Team 7 begins the test, the written exam, and Naruto doesn't do the best, but he does pretty well. And then of course now Naruto, who anyways, after this Team 7 passes easily, but of course they need to go to the second part of the Chunin exams, and I'm not going to cover this that bit on this video because I'm really tired. It's already 1 a.m, well, about to be 12 a.m, and I know it was really short, but the next 2 parts should be pretty long. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weaves, and don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, also my friend Hxmesh, follow subscribe to my second channel, The King of News. I uploaded there today. Of course, this comes out tomorrow, which is a day after my upload. But anywho, and also don't forget to join the Discord server, link in the description below, and also follow Shulker on Instagram and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And peace. Links are in the description below. And peace. Ducklings dismissed.